20 euros versus 140 euros. After having had many cases and also, obviously, after having done many reviews, I think it's a good time to compare a cheap PC case with an expensive one to see if that economic difference is really justified. I'm going to make comparisons like the one you just saw here, which is the Gamma Nesso P1 against this one, which is the MGC 50 brand. I bought it on Amazon. It cost me 20 euros or 20 euros and 30 cents, something like that. And you're going to tell me, hey Franco, but it's obvious that the Gamma 10 is going to be much better. Yes, and you're right. But the idea is to see if it's really worth spending so much money to install components inside a case. So to start, we're going to open it. I haven't opened it yet. I have it here. I've had it for a couple of days and I haven't opened it, so there it is. I think it comes with something that I didn't expect. Look, a box of accessories. You can see it, right? It'll come with a keyboard or something. No, nothing, son of a. Or it could come inside, I don't know. We're off to a bad start. Let's see. I think everything comes inside. What's true, of course, is that it doesn't weigh anything. It's obvious that the first thing you'll notice is that it weighs 7 kilograms against nothing. I think this should weigh 2 kilograms at most. Let me clarify. I don't mean to say that I'm specifically comparing this box with the Gammas, but it's to see if, as I said before, it's worth spending that money. There are also somewhat larger, economical boxes. It's just an example, right? Simply, well, accessories, no, nothing. It only comes with the power cable, which is strange because none of the boxes come with the cable. Well, something positive and nothing else. There we are. Here we have the economical box. The most expensive cases are usually built with much stronger and higher quality materials, such as aluminum, stainless steel, and also tempered glass. They always have tempered glass and ABS plastic. What is ABS plastic? Well, it's nothing like car brakes. It's a plastic that is more resistant to heat, and what it does is prevent the heat emitted by the components of our PC from being retained throughout the interior of the case. Cheaper cases are obviously built with much lower quality materials. They are usually made of plastic or have many parts. This plastic is only on the front, to be honest. The rest is made of much thinner aluminum, much thinner than the Gambias, obviously. And of course, the weight will also have an influence. It doesn't weigh anything.
If you love tech, don't miss our Telegram channel, Argento Tech. We post daily deals from Amazon and AliExpress. PC parts, accessories, gaming and cool gadgets. Everything updated in real time, so you never miss a deal. Join for free. Link is below in the description.
If we buy a good quality micro ATX or mini TX case, it will be heavier than this one, which is quite a bit bigger. But hey, that's what happens when you buy a cheap case. The most expensive cases tend to have a modern and more attractive design with high-quality finishes and features such as RGB lighting and panels, as I said, made of glass and slightly more innovative shapes, right? The shapes change a bit, and the cheapest cases, they don't put much emphasis on aesthetics and shape. They're generally all very similar. The truth is they don't risk much, but anyway, it's obvious. If you're looking for a cheap case, you're going to get a lower quality and the different design options that we can find. Also, they usually don't come with RGB. This one has RGB, an RGB LED strip here, but they usually don't come with any. But of course, they focus more on a simple and functional design. Regarding cable management, it's obvious that an expensive case will have many more options, as you can see on the screen now of the Gambias. They come with many more or for cable ties or holes to pass the cables through. If they're large, even more. If they are small, well, you will also have more options than a cheap case. But obviously it will be much smaller because if it is a mini case, there will be almost no space for cables. But hey, we are not talking about mini ITX, but about a slightly larger case like this Gambias or another one more or less the same size. So it is much more comfortable to pass the cables through. And this, the cheapest one, obviously will not have the same as a mask. Let's look at the back cover. You will see that it has nothing, practically nothing. It has these two holes, this here and little else, nothing more. But I reiterate, if we compare it to a higher quality or more expensive one of the same size, in that more expensive one of the same size, we will find another design that will allow us to pass the cables through different sides or give us more options than this case. Regarding cooling and ventilation, expensive cases will come with compatibility with different sized coolers, and options to install many coolers or fans, and that gives us an obvious advantage when it comes to cooling the equipment, right? And well, and a basic case like this, we can only install one fan, a 90mm cooler here in the back, nothing more. In the front, I don't think it has anything. No, I mean, it has a space, but it doesn't have space to install fans. At least I think something needs to be said on the case. Let's see, but on the front, nothing. It only says on the rear support that it's not 90mm, but 80mm. But it's also worth clarifying that there are cases like this Gamdia's, the Neso P1, that don't come with any type of fan. It's something I criticized or recommended to Gamdia's. They told me that at Computex 2024 they presented the new Nesop one that will be released this year, which does have built-in fans and also comes without that frame. I'm going to see if I can leave you a photo now so you can see it more or less. This photo was sent to me by a salesperson from Gamdia's so you can see it. So since Computex is public, I can obviously show it. That's a very good thing compared to the AP1, which already includes fans and also without that black frame that doesn't look bad, but hey, it's better to have one less thing there that blocks our view of the inside of the case. And continuing with the cheap ones, as I said, in this case only 80mm, but generally the cheap ones do allow us up to 120mm maximum. And perhaps we can put a fan in the front. It's nowhere, as I said, only in the back, and radiators even less, forget about it. There are no 80mm radiators, I mean, no. Liquid cooling in budget cases, yes in some cases, but usually when they're this cheap, no. No way. Before continuing, so there's no confusion, when I say it's an expensive computer, I'm ruling out, as I said before, micro ATX and mini ITX cases, right? Okay, I'm talking about cases that are bigger than those, and they're obviously going to be bigger than this one, but I want to know if that size is really worth it. As I said before, more than twice. Anyway, I wanted to clarify that so there's no doubt and so that I'm not misunderstood when comparing budget cases with more expensive cases. Space and compatibility. In more expensive cases we're going to be able to install more components, bulkier components, and perhaps more advanced components than in a cheaper case. Also including, obviously, larger graphics cards, coolers, as I said, a lot more fans than a cheaper case. And also lately with these new models of the most expensive cases, which are larger, we can place the components in different ways, such as the graphics card instead of horizontally, in a vertical way. And logically in a cheaper case the space is much smaller, so we are going to be much more limited when installing a motherboard. As I said before, the size of the fans, the space in general is much smaller. So, I repeat, we are going to be much more limited when looking for components for a case of this quality. Also in a more expensive case we are going to find a greater variety of colors, for example, are combined or all white, all black, red, blue, I don't know, everything. And in very cheap cases like this one, it is usually very rare to have green or another color, but usually they are like half black, a very dark blue or black, and we do not have many color options. And if we talk about additional features that I could mention, the most common ones are that the more expensive cases include USB 3.1, USB Type-C, supports for additional storage units, more modular bays, easy to remove dust filters, for example, and vibration damping systems. Those are basically the rubber feet, not plastic like these. Generally, expensive cases come with. Although the foot like this one is usually made of plastic, on the bottom there is a rubber inner part and that prevents it from moving or keeps it more stable due to minimal vibrations of the equipment. And in the cheaper cases, they are obviously more basic, right? Those additional features that we can find, such as fewer ports, but in this sense it will not vary much if we compare it with an expensive brand. In most cases we will have the power button, the reset button, at least 1 or 2 USB ports, and the storage disk activity LED or the activity disk. In this case, as you can see, in addition to the sound, right, here we have 2 USB 3.0 ports. We have the microphone and earphone ports, a normal USB 2.0 port, the reset port, and the power port. That's why I say that in general, there's not much variety in this aspect, or rather, there's not much difference between a cheap case and an expensive case. They generally have the same thing. In general, strength and durability. Well, it's obvious. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is very thin sheet metal. Stability, you see it like this and it moves around. You can't move these Gamdias, for example, or another case, you're crazy. It's obvious that if the material is better, it's more resistant, it's going to last longer over time. And also, speaking of durability, for example, if this case, are usually in the cheap ones, when we remove the front, which is the only thing that can be removed in cheap cases like this, when we put this front back on it doesn't stay the same, the gap doesn't stay the same, of course, because we apply force and, this aluminum is very bad, right? Logically, it deforms a little and doesn't stay the same, but in a higher quality expensive case or premium case we can remove the top, upper, lower, and front covers, which we can do many times, which come with much stronger fasteners. Sometimes they come with aluminum combined with plastic or locks. By pressing a button, they are unlocked and we don't deform the aluminum or plastic when removing and replacing the cover. What can I tell you about my experience? Let's see, which is better, an expensive one or an inexpensive one? I think the following. Based on my experience, we can really have an economical case, even if our equipment is expensive. While it is true that the larger the case, the better for cooling, handling of components, and the number of components that we can install, I really don't think it is, and listen carefully, essential. I don't think it is essential to spend €150 or €200 on a case. In general, beyond what I just mentioned, I think that the vast majority of us choose our case based on our budget and the aesthetic design it has. I am one of those people. I pay a lot of attention to the design, whether I like the shape, and obviously the quality, but of course, as I said before, one of the characteristics of an expensive or quality case is that we are going to find a much wider variety of designs than a cheap one. Cheap, square or not square, half rectangular upwards, and that's it, there are not many more options. Let's talk about the pros and cons that I think a cheap case has, which I think we can all agree on. One positive thing is that we're going to spend a lot less money and the equipment won't work the same. Oh, of course, it's obvious that we're always talking about components that fit in the box and taking into account that there are components that won't fit in the box. It's not obvious, but just in case someone comes up with that, right? I'm also very aware of that. And one negative thing, the variety of designs is obvious. The colors are generally, as I said, black. The sizes are almost all the same. The problem with not being able to install different components, we are very limited, as I said before, in the sizes of the components, also in the ventilation due to the lack of coolers or the possibility of installing coolers and the durability of the box. If we're going to transport it a lot, I think a cheap one will last much less than a more expensive one. The truth is that an expensive box will give us a lot, there's no comparison, a lot more possibilities than a cheap box. So yes, a more expensive, more premium box will be better. But, if you are one of those people who doesn't want to spend a lot of money on a case, if you take into account, as I said before, the sizes or the components that you can install and you know the limitations of the case, you can easily buy an inexpensive case. The equipment will work just as well. I would like you to leave me your thoughts on this topic in the comments box. Hey, if you think like me or something else, I would like you to let me know what you think about this topic. Obviously, that way it also helps me to know what other people think about this topic. Without further ado, thank you very much for being there. Have a great weekend and see you in the next video.